Hi, and welcome to another episode of Talk and Talk. My name is Janvi Serene. I'm a fashion model, a content creator, and I'll be your host for today. We all love watching movies, we all have certain actors that we look up to, and we all have a shared dream of being in front of the big screen. If this is something that resonates with you, then this episode is for you. Our guest for today is Zander. Hi, Zander.
Hi, Janvi.
So, Zander recently debuted in Bollywood in Kalbali Records on Jio Cinema Premium, and that's what we'll be talking about, your shift from the modeling industry into the acting industry. Everyone knows you as a supermodel, but very less people know that you also share a passion for acting. So tell us, what exactly is it that created this shift from the modeling industry to the acting industry?
I think the acting was not planned. This comes just surprisingly, and once I get into this, I become more curious, like a kid who is in a shopping mall, and he saw and it's like a lot of soft toys around, and he get curious like what toy have what abilities. So I think during the second lockdown, I was free, all alone, thinking about how I'm gonna survive, what's gonna happen in modeling, how I'm gonna live the life, and how I'm gonna utilize that time. And that time I was decided I was actually planning to do my MBA because it's still on my wish list, which I want to complete it. But and because of the lockdown, like nothing was happening. The whole because of the exam was not happening, and then exams are getting postponed, and then it was the admission. Because of that, no admission was happening. So I didn't have any choice that time. Then I was like, what to do else?
So it sort of came your way.
So then I was like, I was watching a lot of podcasts and a lot of acting things and all, and then movies, and I got curious because as a model, you and me most of the time we're sharing the runway with a lot of celebrities, actors.
True.
And I was like, why not?
Yeah.
So is there any way to learn acting?
Right.
And then I got to know, I made a few calls, a couple of my friends, and I found out one teacher from National School of Drama. So he is a gold medalist of National School of Drama. He's the only one.
Right.
And currently he's a dean of National School of Drama, which his name is Chandra Bose. I called him, I met him, I explained him that why I want to learn acting.
Right.
And he said like, fair enough.
Yeah.
So let's start.
Let's get into it.
So my first experience in the class was like, okay, I didn't know anything about acting.
It was starting from zero.
Started from scratch.
From scratch.
From the scratch. I went there as a raw water, and then see, you're a model.
Right.
Like before I was doing modeling, and didn't know anything about what is the process for like acting, how you present yourself. So my first day of the class, I still remember I was attending my class at Sia Park. And my first day, I was wearing a model clothes. My sir asked me,
have you come for a modeling audition?
and I was like, I want to say in Hindi this thing. He's the exact word he said. तुम ये कपड़े पहन के सारे रास्ते से आए हो? मैंने yes. किसी ने कुछ बोला नहीं?
काले कपड़े पहन के आ गए head to toe.
Like नहीं. And then he was like okay. And firstly हमारा एक वार्म अप होता है स्टार्टिंग में. जब भी आप एक्टिंग की स्पीच रेडी करते हो, you can't just stiff होके नहीं कर सकते. So there has to be some activities is happening before when you're acting a monologue gonna start, or there is some practice which he's going to teach you. So I was wearing 45,000 का suit. And मैं पोछा लगा रहा हूँ वहाँ पे to warm up my body. And I was like, okay, I think suit is cancelled.
Yeah.
So for the next day, I was on my lower. So that's how my journey got started, and I enjoy the whole process.
Because with modeling, you know what you're in for. You know that you're supposed to wear these clothes. You're supposed to be super straight. You're supposed to walk. But with acting, it could be literally anything.
It could be anything.
So you have to flow like water. You have to be anything.
Yes. Still one of my experience of acting exercises. In the beginning of days, हमें ये training मिली थी कि आप रास्ते में किसी भी इंसान को पकड़ो, चाहे वो रिक्शे वाला हो, चाय वाला हो, कबाड़ी वाला हो, जो भी हो, उसको फॉलो करो पूरा दिन.
और अगर आपने ये एक्सपीरियंस नहीं भी किया है, आपको एज एन एक्टर उसमें जाना पड़ेगा.
Yes. आपको इसमें जाना आई थिंक इसका आई टेल यू कि व्हाट इज़ द रीज़न
Right.
बिहाइंड इट जो मुझे लगा जो मुझे फील हुआ सो आई वॉज फॉलोइंग दैट गाय द होल डे एंड उसके बाद आपको उसका एक सीक्रेट पता करना है जो उसने किसी को शेयर नहीं किया एंड दैट कैरेक्टर यू हैव टू प्ले नेक्स्ट डे
Interesting.
सो
ये क्या कैसे किया आपने फिर?
बहुत मुश्किल था बट किया मैंने आई वॉज फॉलोइंग वन कबाड़ी वाला द होल डे एंड दैट डे आई थिंक जितना भी मॉडलिंग का जो वो था ना कि सिर्फ सुपरस्टिशन एंड जो स्टाइल वगैरह
अनलर्न करना पड़ा थोड़ा सा वो भी.
आई थिंक
ऐसा था क्या?
बाय एंड ऑफ द डे इट वाज लाइक कि आई एम नॉट टेकिंग माई सेल्फ सीरियसली विच इज एक्चुअली रिक्वायर्ड इन एक्टिंग
इन एक्टिंग क्योंकि मॉडलिंग में हमेशा टॉप नॉच दिखना पड़ता है, अपने बेस्ट कपड़े पहन के आओ, लेकिन यहाँ पे किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ता उस चीज़.
किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ा मुझे भी नहीं पड़ा एंड ऑफ द डे एंड देन आई प्ले द नेक्स्ट डे दैट मोनोलॉग एंड सेकंड एक्सरसाइज वाज पुटिंग सम कोई कपड़ा आँख में बांधा हुआ था एंड द फ्यू ग्रुप्स दे डिवाइडेड इन द फ्यू ग्रुप्स और हमें बाहर भेज दिया वी आर स्मेलिंग थिंग्स और उसको फॉलो करते हुए हमें वापस आना है और मुझे नहीं पता मेरे फ्रेंड जो मेरे ग्रुप के लड़के थे उन्होंने क्या क्या स्मेल कराया मुझे.
इंटरेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी है. इट्स ऑलमोस्ट लाइक जैसे आपने बोला स्कूल में आप जाते हो आपको एज अ बच्चा एक्टिविटी कोई मिलती है वो होमवर्क मिला है आपको.
So that was a process which changed me as a person completely now, and I think thanks to this process who gave me sort of ability and experience to change myself.
Acting is also a lot about knowing yourself from within, and even something you haven't experienced, you have to bring it out. Like I tell you, you have to cry right now, you have to experience something traumatic that you haven't, you have to do it. What's your approach towards that? How do you do that?
My approach towards that is my first experience when I was shooting my the series, and day one I called my sir at 4 a.m. I can't sleep. I tried everything.
नहीं हो रहा. रोना नहीं आ रहा मुझे.
I can't sleep. I can't able to sleep because next day I have to perform in front of 300 peoples.
Right.
And there was a rapping battle was happening.
You have performed a lot in modeling in front of all the audience. So how is it different?
It was different where we actually have to express also that character.
Right.
So playing that character, I think. Modeling में I think I would say you have to tell everything by your expressions.
Yeah.
And acting में I think when you're expressing you have to speak as well.
Right.
And you have to portray that character. In modeling you get the ability.
You're representing a garment, so you're giving life to a garment essentially. But in acting you are representing an entire soul essentially.
So I'm making audience believe that this is me. This is the character. You have to make that character like believe, and I got really good rewards and. Reviews also about my character.
Tell us about that rap battle scene. How was it?
It was a very much challenging for me because I had a 101-degree temperature of fever that day.
Right.
And I was drinking electrolytes. And
popped a crocin.
Yeah, paracetamol. I was like having paracetamol, but I was not feeling sick that time because maybe I'm enjoying that environment or that process or that learning things.
Yes.
Because something new is happening, which is I was always wondering to happen. I was dreaming for this, so I don't want to lose these things.
It's very euphoric that your dream has become a reality.
Yeah, my doctor is coming and like putting a thermometer on. I was like, he's 101. I was like, I'm okay, man. I'm just to go. And somehow we were able to perform it, and I think we got a really good response for that.
Right. Your character in Khalbali Records is that of a rapper, am I right? So tell us all more about your character and tell us about how you delved into the depths of that character.
So firstly, I was the last guy who got selected in this character. I was not in the series before, and as my director informed me that you're the one of the last casting we have done it, and you're the last person we have actually took it at the last minute. So they are looking for an Asian face who can be fluent in Hindi. And with also like a Delhi wala Hindi. And my character name is Ninja from Jamuna Park.
I like that.
And he's living in Chandni Chowk. So the character like he's raised by his single mother and the guy he doesn't have any father in this character, so the guy is rebel,
Wow.
and he's taking stand for everything.
He's
And
ambitious,
very much. So very much.
just like you in real life.
I think everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone. So I'm just portraying one of the dreamers character.
Yeah,
That's why I love. I was okay, and I was like, let's do this character because um, every person have a dream in their life from starting from nowhere
Yeah.
and
You
reaching
want to
somewhere.
make that a reality.
So it's actually connecting with the reality with me. So maybe we can change the plots, but the story is going to be the same for everyone.
ऑडिशन का प्रोसेस कैसा था? द होल प्रोसेस ऑफ कि मैं कैसे ऑडिशन करूँ, मैं मतलब सिलेक्ट होगा कि नहीं सिलेक्ट होगा, वो सारी एंग्जाइटीज, ये पूरा प्रोसेस कैसा था?
आई थिंक मेरे पास ये कैरेक्टर, आई बिलीव इन दिस कॉन्सेप्ट कि आई थिंक फर्स्ट मूवी आपको चूज़ करती है. मेरे साथ ये हुआ है बिकॉज जब ये कैरेक्टर मेरे पास आया था, आई वॉज इन समवेयर, आई वॉज एक्चुअली विद माई सिस्टर होम. आई वॉज इन अ माउंटेन and I was doing some trackings and all. So I was in no network zone, and I got a lot of like texts that okay, this someone is looking for you for some series. I thought it was like a normal test hoga, and then uske baad he'll get to like this character will go to some producer ke bete ke paas aise kuch, and like मैंने seriously लिया नहीं उसे.
Yeah.
And that character was chasing for last 6 months.
And then it landed on
Yeah, it's landed on me, and I was like, yeah, there's
कुछ तो
something
है,
serious.
मतलब
कुछ तो है.
this is looking for me. It's come to me.
So I took this, I think, very seriously. I called a couple of people and I said, okay, this is something serious. I came back in Delhi, and then thankfully Ashish, who's from anti-casting, came to me, and he was in Delhi also. So he helped me out how to do like this test shoots. So we done it, and then I got finalized for it.
Everything look of the character, आप बोल कैसे रहे हो, आपका
I
सब
was
कुछ.
thinking कि यार जब तक मेरे पास ना स्क्रिप्ट नहीं आएगी ना, मुझे मैं सीरियसली लूंगा नहीं. Literally मेरे पास स्क्रिप्ट आ गई.
आ गई.
And I was
You're
like,
कुछ तो
okay.
रियल में हो रहा है अब, कुछ तो हो रहा है मेरे फर्स्ट.
250 pages का स्क्रिप्ट आया था मेरे पास कि like something is happening, and then I had a Zoom call with my director, which is Devanshu Singh.
Right.
And he is the director who made 14 Feri, Chintu Ka Birthday.
Oh, Chintu ka birthday.
So he's one of the guy. He told me the story. He wants to make it. I believed him, and then he told me about my character also. One of the toughest thing for me to developing this character, कि इस character को real कैसे बनाए, because I am Delhi guy. मुझे वो language को I think वो accent मुझे adapt करना पड़ेगा. और चलो acting छोड़ो, rapping is the thing जो मैंने life में कभी की नहीं है.
You do have a sense of musicality though.
Yes.
So tell me about like how did you integrate your connection with the music and the hip hop culture into your role for Ninja?
Basically, I've done a lot of practice to make people believe that okay, he's the rapper. So उसके लिए I've done a couple of research. I went to Chandni Chowk multiple times. I spent night there. It's a real because I actually sleep on footpath sometimes.
Right.
No one knows about that. किसी को नहीं पता उस process के
Right.
बारे में. And there is a one ashram also where you can spend a night there. Roaming around in all the Chandni Chowk.
Yeah, you have to observe. You have
Yes.
to get it into.
I want to see कि चांदनी चौक का lifestyle क्या है.
वो
How
कैसे
the
सोते
people
हैं, कैसे
live.
खाते हैं,
Yeah.
कैसे उठते हैं, कैसे बात करते हैं, सब
Yeah.
कुछ.
So the whole lifestyle, how they start their days, पूरा दिन क्या चलता है, and कहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है. So
Spoke to some people.
no, I was observing around.
Observing.
So I called couple of like even I called South. Couple of friends कि यार मुझे एक बार दिखा like how was it from your perspective. So he shown me, and then उसके बाद I didn't told them मैं अकेला आया. मैंने उस जगह सर्च की, वहाँ घूमा, खाया normal, and उसके बाद once I believe in that character, once I adapt that personality, my next project target was to learning rapping.
Rapping, exactly.
Okay,
And for
so-
someone who doesn't know rapping at all, it must be like
I never done this in my life, entire
In your life,
because
never.
this is not my zone at all. But then I've done a couple of research. I was listening a lot of underground hip hop rappers.
you seen Gully Boy?
I've seen Gully Boy, 8 Miles, but the thing is like there was a different thing.
Different. This is different, yeah.
And I learned couple of I've listened a lot of like Krishna, who's another rapper, and then I've heard EPR. उसके बाद सीधी मौत.
सीधे मात्र.
So there are so many like underground. When I heard this song, I was like, ये तो impossible है.
बहुत difficult लग रहा है. कैसे करेंगे मतलब जल्दी. Singing एक चीज होती है, rapping is just.
Rapping is like you have to be that fluent.
Fluent.
And without stopping it, and it has to be like at least आपको वो practice होनी चाहिए at least 4-5 साल की. Years
और आप एक बार फिर scene cut फिर आपको फिर से करना पड़ता है बार.
मेरे साथ बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम आई थी. So it's a BPM thing. So I learned BPM and I don't know कि like मेरे पास वो breathing capacity थी कि to do that rapping or not. So I invented a few exercises for me, which is pranayam.
Right.
And swimming, which is helping me out to control my breathe.
Yeah.
And I was doing a lot of cycling and running.
Because in that 1 minute, like the BPM, you need to be able to hold your breath for that 1 minute.
Yeah. At the same time, it's actually helping me out to be in the rapper shape. And at the same time, it's helping me out to like control my breathing also.
Right.
Then I started learning rapping. I still remember that loud and clear. After reaching my hotel, it's 8 o'clock in the night. I used to have my dinner and having conversation with my whole team, and I used to lock myself in a hotel till 4 o'clock and practicing. Practicing that BPM, and
you'd say that practice was that one thing that helped you ace that character.
Yes. And most of the time, my hotel's neighbors complain me that who's
rapping so loud at 4 a.m. We can't speak.
कौन है 4 बजे गाने गा रहा है? I get a lot of noise, like I think my neighbors complain, a lot of noise complaints because of me, and I apologize with them. Okay, I'm so sorry to bothering you, but I still love. This is one of the best part in my life, which I experience it, and I wish for it.
What do you think was one memorable scene that, like, it was just your favorite scene shooting that scene?
The memorable thing is like my first song I was shooting for Naam Ninja at the club. So they made up this setup. So my character
was it like an introduction for your character or something?
Yes, that was an introduction for my character, and there are a lot of audience who's saying ninja.
They're hooting for you.
Yeah, and actually I wish for it. Because there was a time when I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do something like this. I want to be in a movie.
And it's ironic that you got this, like, as your introduction.
I got silent for 10 seconds. And actually I got zoned out, and I was in that self-talk. Self-talk was happening, that this is actually happening. Yeah. I trained myself for this. I was wishing that, okay, I want to be in that sort of platform.
Yeah.
And in the movies, because I'm an Asian face,
right,
and I'm working in Indian cinema, and I believe like
so that
India
moment
has that sort of like welcoming ability, and then that warm welcome that my kind of face is doing a mainstream character.
A mainstream character, not a side character, but someone who has
who's
like
representing the rapper, who's the leading rapper in the series.
Very nice.
And I was like, okay, this is something happening.
Yeah.
From that day, I think I had that 10-second का जो एक खुद के साथ एक inner conversation चल रहा है. I was like, this is actually happening. People are shouting, telling my name.
Time stops.
Time's actually stopped there.
Time has stopped for you.
Yes, time stopped for me, and I was like talking, and I was like, I have to make this character more livable. And I thankfully, after the series, my director recently at the launch event of Kalbari Records, he shared me, I have a really good compliment for you. One of the critics actually asking your track. He asked me, send me the Ninja's tracks. I never heard him. He said like, he's an actor, he's not a rapper.
Wow, that's a big compliment.
Like, okay, that's a good thing.
I think that one moment where time stops and you realize this is actually happening is what brought out that character in you as well, right?
Yes. It's
almost like meditation, but you're also performing.
It was actually not planned. It was happening instantly, and I was like, out of nowhere it happens, and I still remember that what conversation I was going through that time.
How was your experience working with the team of people? Because it's the first experience of the acting industry, and how was your team and working with everyone?
My team is very hardworking, very supportive, and I am actually in that learning environment. And I still remember every day loud and clear. Even my AD, my even assistant directors, makeup artist, even one of the single helper who is there to helping me out. So it's a teamwork. It's absolutely teamwork. I'm nothing without them.
Right.
So many people are working on a set.
100%. So in the modeling industry, I think there was a time पहले बहुत से models थे जो मतलब modeling के through acting में transition कर रहे थे. वो time था जॉन इब्राहिम, सुष्मिता सेन ये सब. And then वो time चला गया and अब वो time वापस आ रहा है. So what would you like to say about that?
I think अगर actors modeling कर सकते हैं तो models भी acting कर सकते
I
हैं.
love that answer. Let's go.
So it's. I think now these days, couple of my model friends, I've seen them in the movies. Like Hasleen was Tu Jhooti Main Makkar mein, like she was a sister of Ranveer Kapoor.
That's great, right?
And Pavleen, she's in Brahmastra, Gehraiyan. She's everywhere. So now I think things have changed, and I'm very happy for this transition because we were missing it.
It's inspiring to other models
Why
also.
Why not? Because if we, I think हम अगर actors के साथ stage को share कर रहे हैं, क्यों नहीं? अगर आपके अंदर वो abilities हैं, मैं मानता हूँ कि not every model is confident to speak.
हाँ जी.
बोलने में या उनका accent का कुछ है, and acting is all about learning. अगर आपको लगता है कि हाँ मुझे acting में करना चाहिए, तो work on yourself. मैंने भी किया. मेरी शक्ल से लगता नहीं कि जो मैं हिंदी बोल लेता हूँ, but I trained myself, and that's why like even Janvi, she had that confidence to speak, and when she speak, I listen.
You do listen.
Yes, we have to listen. So and
very sweet.
I'm very happy on that take, and life is big. You can dream whatever you want to do, but uske liye there is a process. You need to learn.
What would you say to aspiring models out there? Because I feel like every time this question is asked, they're like, I am a model, but I might segue into acting through modeling, being comfortable in front of the camera. But it's not just that, right? It's not just the comfort in front of the camera. It's acting is much more than that. So what would you like to say to aspiring models who want to do
I think it's all about dream. You have to set your dreams. Don't get confused. Why not? Because acting is the next stage, next step. And you get a chance to get selected and walking for a designer. I think there will be so many models, or maybe so many people who wants to be a model. And if you in that top 10 or top 20 that considers self that you're lucky and you have done some hard work for it, and you deserve that point, and utilize that time. I've seen maybe it's their choice. काफी मैंने models को देखा है, they are into different profession now. काफी पुराने models
influencing भी कर रहे हैं, acting भी कर रहे हैं, music सब कुछ.
So I'm an old school guy. So I thought कि let's do something more seriously. So I choose acting. And for that having dream is very important. एक goal set करना पड़ेगा आपको. Because while I was doing modeling also, I have set in a dream for myself कि I just don't want to do shoots.
Right.
I don't want to do ramp every time.
You think with this project people are going to take you more seriously?
Yeah. You have to. You can't achieve or you can't recognize by doing everything.
Now there's a difference between someone and someone who's actually gotten a movie through their dream and made that a reality.
Yes. You have to make that sort of choice for yourself, and that sometime not being present somewhere, that's absolutely okay. Because there's something else, I think something good is waiting for you. And I've done that over the years. I've learned modeling as much as possible.
Yeah.
Not only on the ramp, not only on the shoot. I got awarded from the GQ Best Dressed Male Model of the Year.
I can see that. Dressed very well.
I'm trying. Still I'm trying. So you have to find the alternative thing which grooms you, which I think improve your skills. And acting is also that thing, because it's not about saying dialogues. It's just saying about making the mark, because there are so many other actors also in that character, in that series and movies. And
but now people will be curious to ask you questions.
Only one thing I will say is take your goals seriously, but don't take yourself seriously. Otherwise, you won't able to learn new things, because your ego will stop you every time.
Right. Xander, my first impression of you was that you were slightly introverted. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Absolutely, yes.
You are an introvert. Once, of course, I did have a conversation with you. I realized you're a very good conversationalist and more importantly, you're a very good listener. And that's important. So going from someone who sort of keeps to themselves a little bit, even during like all the modeling shoots and stuff, I'd see like you'd mind your own business, keep to yourself. How was the transition from being someone who's an introverted to fully being a rapping star and being on stage? It's literally the opposite.
I think it's all because of my environment. I most of the time I stay alone, and all schooling, colleges I did by like I'm quite a loner guy.
Yeah.
So which
That's
actually helped
difficult
me.
for me to believe. I'm sorry.
No, actually, which helps me out a lot. I'm a family person, but I prefer to stay alone most of the time, and which actually helped me out to stay focused in my goals.
Know yourself and your thoughts
Yeah.
also.
So if your personal life is very simple, then you can focus on your goals. So I think it has a better other side also, which made me more introvert guy.
Right.
And once I got this character, I was surprised.
Yeah.
और also shocked.
Yeah.
कि ये कैसे होगा?
Like the opposite मिल गया.
Because the guy who is that flamboyant, open, इतना like बात करते करते लोगों की बेइज्जती कर देता है.
Charming, but also everyone loves him and he has this aura around him.
You like once the character, the ninja character is like once if he's going to be in any around you, you can hear his voice in every 5 seconds. And I think 24 घंटे मुझे किसी रूम में रखें, मेरी आवाज़ नहीं सुनेगी ऐसे पर्सनल लाइफ में. But like firstly like to make that believe myself because this is also part of me.
Yeah.
And actually acting has helped me out a lot in
Right.
that process.
Right.
When you start believing and happy what you're doing, then because of your confidence, now you start opening up.
Did you ever question when you got that role and when you were reading the script? Of course, there was a part of you that was very happy you got the role, but were you questioning कि ये हो पाएगा, कैसे होएगा? They want me to be another person that I'm not also. What was the questioning? What were the challenges that you faced in the process?
In the process is like once, because this is my first project, once I got this character, when I got brief about this character, I got so offended by myself कि ये तो मैं नहीं हूँ. I won't do this at all. Like how people's gonna think about me.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
यही तो proof करना है लेकिन लोगों को.
This is the proof.
Yeah.
And I actually thought the positive sides about this because when I'm gonna portray this, there will be people who not gonna like it, but there will be people who's gonna like it.
Right.
And there will be people who's gonna surprise also.
Yeah. Oh, this is not the Zander we know. This is not the Zander we're used to at runway shows and stuff.
So made myself that believe, okay, this is me and this is the character requirements. He has to, because I start believing that character because why he is that extrovert and rebel character, because he raised up by his single mother in Chandni Chowk. Because if he not gonna take a stand, who's gonna save his family? This is a ruthless world.
Right.
So that I have that sympathy for that character,
Right.
and then I was like adapting it, believing it, and then start portraying it.
Right. What, like when the audience watches this character, what do you want the audience to take away from your role, to take away from the journey of your character?
So the whole moral of the story of this character is life में हम आगे बढ़ने के लिए, ज़िंदगी में कुछ कामयाब होने के लिए बहुत सारी चीज़ें करते हैं, मिस्टेक्स भी करते हैं. जब अगर आप इस वेब सीरीज़ को देखोगे कम्प्लीटली, यू विल सी कि ऐसे चांसेस भी आए हैं वेयर ही गेट लॉट ऑफ प्रेज एंड एक ऐसे पीक पॉइंट में है जहाँ पे लाइक कि द वर्ल्ड इज़ माइन, आई एम द गॉड. एंड व्हेन यू गेट फॉल डाउन ऑल्सो, you have the courage of saying sorry, apologizing, learning your mistakes, accepting your failures, and morely important, what we say that line is to improve yourself.
Yeah.
So this
Stop
character
improving.
actually told you that things कि आप जिंदगी में कामयाब हो सकते हो, under confident भी हो सकते हो, but सीखो.
Despite your circumstances and conditions.
So this
and
is
everything.
actually want to portray this for. Actually, I've taken this. Want to do it. My inspiration was my brother. Actually, my younger brother, because उसका ego थोड़ा सा है. Like I don't want to do something like that. So I thought in my mind कि like I'm gonna portray my brother sort of character because
Wow.
he is that rebel.
Got it.
So it's for all the aspiring peoples who want to do in their life, but ऐसा ना हो कि
Want to prove something to
they
someone.
get stuck because of their egos. I want to do something like so. This character actually telling you that accept your failure. जो भी मैंने I think previous उसमें words में बताया, but be enjoy your life.
Is Ninja rebellious and egoistic?
In the beginning, yes.
Yes. And then what happens?
He learn.
He learns.
He learns.
Right.
He learns. You'll get inspirations. आप एक courage होता है sorry बोलने का, वो कहीं से भी आपको मिल सकता है. So be open up also.
And for someone who's not used to saying that sorry and accepting themselves, the transition from that to, you know, realizing.
Yeah. Though that does this character have a lot of different deja vus the deja vus happening in all the series. So that's one of the fun thing I like about this character.
Nice. What was the emotional depth of the character? Because being on stage and rapping and that introduction, it's very nice. But what were the most serious scenes that you thought this is the scene that shows the character naked almost?
Firstly, he's a family person. This character, जितना वो खड़ूस है और जितना वो rebellious है, all he's doing for his mom.
Yeah.
And that's the fun thing which I liked. And secondly, when I was doing some emotional confession thing in the series, where he accepting it, अगर वो बात करता है तो आप उसके इमोशन से समझ सकते हो कि इतना भी बुरा भी नहीं है. एक लेयर है ऊपर एक्चुअली वो कोकोनट वाली लेयर है.
अंदर से टेंडर एंड सॉफ्ट है.
या सो अंदर से लाइक ही इज अ टेंडर एंड सॉफ्ट एंड बाहर से ही इज लाइक अ रॉक. सो वन दैट्स द थिंग. दो टू ट्रांजिशन मुझे पोर्ट्रे करने को मिला. एक तो पूरा हाई वॉल्यूम एंड सडनली सेकंड वन इज गोना बी वेरी हम्बल,
vulnerable also.
vulnerable. Yeah. So that's all about this character.
So we all know you as a model, and now that this new phase of your life is starting and it's so exciting, how do you plan on balance your time and efforts with both the industries?
It's actually very much difficult, but at the same time I think it's a very same industry as well, because as a model we work with them, but as an actor also we work with them, but as an actor we work with them very closely.
Right.
And it's actually not bothering me at all. Now I'm in that stage where I don't have to put much efforts in modeling. I'm actually getting my royalties.
Right.
So I don't have to go for casting, and I've proved myself enough with the industry, I think in a fashion industry. So people knows me very well, and they've all, I think they welcome me to be a part of the show, and that's my pleasure also. Kind of, it's like that experience I've built in this industry over the years now, so people can trust on me. Whatever free time I got now, so I put myself into the acting, and preparing myself, making that sort of connections, and setting that sort of goals now.
Are you scared of trolling, criticism? Because in the fashion industry, I think it exists a lot more in the acting industry because you're so much more out there. So someone saying, I didn't like his performance, what is he doing? Are you scared of this? How do you deal with the trolling and stuff?
Actually, I'm okay with that. मुझे actually इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता तो नहीं बोलूँगा. But everyone's have different opinions. Maybe character किसी को समझ आ सकता है, maybe किसी को नहीं आ सकता. It's all about that कि आपकी वो पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस है कि नहीं, आपके वो सराउंडिंग्स में वो लोग है कि नहीं. सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट कि अगर आपने वो लाइफ रियलिटी में अगर देखी नहीं है तो माइट भी शायद आपको
इसलिए आपको समझ नहीं आ रहा है कैरेक्टर.
लाइक समझ नहीं आ रहा, मे भी शायद आपको नहीं पता. ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर आप उसके बारे में अगर रियलिटी में जानोगे नहीं या आपकी सराउंडिंग में ऐसा कोई पर्सन है तो समझ आ भी सकता है और नहीं भी आ सकता. इट्स ऑल अबाउट योर इंटरेस्ट. एंड अगर एक्टिंग में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है तो आई एम ओके टू लर्न.
Open to like listening to opinions and stuff like that. Right. And you said, like, you know, over the years you've built a certain image in the modeling industry, gotten some respect. A lot of people talk about how people get work though, you know, like you may have chosen like a certain path, like auditioning and all of that. A lot of people also talk about casting couch and they say that इनको तो इसलिए role मिल गया होगा क्योंकि ये इनको जानते हैं, कुछ तो casting couch हुआ होगा. What's your take on all of these discussions happening today?
Yeah, I am get lucky because when I started modeling also, thankfully I didn't go through with that casting couch sort of things. Right. Because I chose myself कि if I want to do modeling,
Hmm.
I'll do it with my own terms.
Right.
Otherwise, there's no point.
It exists, but you said you will not choose that path. It's not for you.
No, it's not It's maybe can exist. I mean, it's all about choice.
Choice.
It's all about because some people find it as a shortcut.
Right.
So they'll go for it.
Right.
I don't know कि mentally उनका thought क्या है when they open up about these things and all. But this is absolutely wrong if it's happening. But for my experience, I never chose that path.
Path for yourself.
And happily, I took a very long time. It took me 10, almost a decade to get Model of the Year award.
Model of the Year.
so,
Right.
So, I think so good so far. I can proudly say never been through that. And the same thing also I can say about the acting. The first project I got without any things which
Yeah.
you got usually.
So you'd
set
rather
it.
take that time.
So it's
and
all
patience.
about choice. It's all about choice. Acting also I took a long way. I want to learn myself. I want.
You're patient with the
Yeah.
process.
I am okay to have that sort of patience for the process.
Right. What would you say is the music scene of India right now? Because your character is so much into the hip hop scene and the music scene. What do you think about it?
I think music is going so crazy now.
So
these
crazy
days.
right
Yes,
now.
So
It
crazy
actually
now
is.
these days. There are a lot of new upcoming or maybe artists also now
Yeah.
introducing themselves.
Independent artists, yeah.
Independent artists. And music thing is going to be a big thing now.
It's
in
the
India.
next big thing,
It's
100%.
going to be the next. It's going to create their own industry now.
In fact, that's what people were talking
Yeah.
about, that internationally, it's the music artists that
Yeah.
are sort of ruling
Yeah.
the world. But in India, it's always been Bollywood actors and heroes and heroines who've been
Yeah.
ruling.
Yeah.
But now I think models and musicians
Yeah.
are sort of making a name for themselves,
Yes.
right?
It's gonna be a two industries now.
Right.
Because as you're absolutely right. You're saying about like even international market when you say that a lot of different award shows, different
Right.
industries happening by the pop stars and
Right.
and also in India is going that's gonna change. I think
It's
recent
changing.
that I really like the song called that Hanuman
Big
Kind.
Dogs. I knew you were going to say this. Big Dogs by Hanuman Kind.
Once I heard the song, I was like, is this
It was
guy
all
really,
over.
really Indian?
All over.
And I was like,
even the music video was
wow.
super cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even like Punjabi singers are coming with the international music.
Yes.
They're coming with the international tunes. Things actually I'm changing and I'm quite
100%.
happy because why I'm happy because there's so many boys who not coming but they're coming from
Smaller backgrounds,
Smaller
smaller towns,
backgrounds, small
cities.
towns.
Right.
for them it's a different opportunity for them.
And they're not afraid to take that
Yeah.
leap of faith.
Yeah.
They're just
so,
going for
yeah.
what their heart says.
It's actually very very good for them like to create a different industry and
Yeah.
presenting themselves.
Yeah.
Even now I know a couple of model also who's into like
Music.
singing music. Even you learning DJ.
Okay. No, yeah, 100%. I think if anyone has a sense of that musicality, like, I don't think I was ever like professionally trained or anything, but it's never too late to start something new. You would
Music
also
की I
see
think
that.
कोई boundaries
कोई
really नहीं
age
है. I
नहीं
think
होती है.
there is no age of starting something new.
100%.
Or some new journey. I think now you're also learning your DJ while doing your
while doing my modeling.
and you must be having a different plan also.
Right, but there are people who believe कि if you want to achieve true success in something, you should sort of hyper fixate on one career path and give all of your time and energy into that instead of doing modeling, acting, music. What's your opinion on that?
I think today's time is very much difficult because there was a time when people used to doesn't have so much of opportunity. इतने ज़्यादा प्रोफेशन थे भी नहीं. Now these days you have to be multitasker.
Right.
And ऐसा नहीं है कि like जो I think the back days those who are rich they're not into one thing. They are doing multiple
Things and getting that.
So it's from that also. Now it's because of the digital market, people like putting their opinions. If you have enough financial stability, then you can focus on one thing.
Exactly.
If you want to do something more, or
Right.
maybe you want to save yourself as a financially, then you can do whatever.
And if you just have
want.
multiple passions, simply.
Yeah. And
Yes.
I think there's no issue to trying new things and managing multiple things at the same time. Just don't get stuck. Yeah, this doesn't work. Yeah, ये काम नहीं किया तो like I have to do it. If it's that cup of tea is not for you.
You have
but
to
don't
accept
step.
that.
Don't stop there. Try them few things.
Wow.
try new things.
Right. So we spoke about the difference in the scene internationally and in India. I would say that in India, music and acting is where it's at. Do you think models get their due credit? Do you think they are taken as seriously as other people are? Because
Not
that's been your
only-
cup of tea for the longest time.
I've been facing this since very long time because I consider I believe that models are most of the one who actually a trend changer.
Trend changers, yeah.
And I know there are a lot of superior people who also want to take credits, but it's okay. I think it's okay because you're doing that and you have that belief. My motive is to, for example, when I started modeling, I saw a lot of models who are coming on a shows in shorts, ganjis, and maybe they are sleeping clothes or something like that.
Right.
So I was like, this is not a model
This is not a
personality at
model,
all.
yeah. You have to carry yourself a certain way,
So
100%.
you yourself as a brand.
Yeah.
And then I thought let's do something. So I spent some money to getting dressed by myself.
Invested
and
into
presenting
clothes and
myself
presenting
as a
yourself.
model.
Right.
Which I don't have to introduce myself.
Yeah.
That, okay, hi, this is Zander, I'm a model. Once I enter, that person should
They
already
know you are a model.
They're definitely a model.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
once I was doing for a while, I saw that change happening in
Yes.
everywhere.
Oh
And
yeah, nowadays everyone has started doing that. I remember my first impression of you, I was slightly intimidated because I don't think you know this, but I saw you at Lakme Fashion Week for the first time and we weren't friends or whatever back then. And I was meeting a few models and then I was introduced to you. You were looking like a model. You had your shades, you were dressed really well, and it wasn't just about that, it was about a certain aura that you also carried around you.
Yeah.
And I think now, as you are saying, all the younger models have started investing in their clothes,
the
started
plan.
presenting themselves a certain way. So
that was the plan because see, people get follow you in two ways. Once when they get inspired by you, once they get jealous by you, and they want to look better than you.
Right.
So मेरा ये था कि purpose तो solve हो रहा है ना मेरा.
हाँ, जो भी
That was my purpose.
Nice.
To model. So my it's not about कि I want to look good. The prospect is कि model को respect मिले.
Respect. I want to establish myself as a brand.
So I was doing out of respect. So I want to get that sort of respect कि models को mistreat ना किया जाए.
Mistreat ना किया जाए.
कि that they are पहले होता था कि they are not no one is taking them seriously. Once you not showing yourself as a brand. So over the years that happens. What was your question?
My question was more about models are not taken as seriously as actors and musicians. So is that also something that inspired you to take that step towards acting now? For example, as you said, right? Most of the showstoppers are Bollywood celebrities, and then there are the models. So people do talk about how there are models and there are actors, but the level of respect, as you said, is slightly different. So did that?
Yeah, actually, मेरे साथ हुआ है. It's a reality. I won't say the actor name. I was actually opening the show for this designer. It's a menswear show. It was happening. I will say कि कौन सा fashion week था.
That's fine. We're gonna remain
silent.
silent.
I was opening the show, and that celebrity was closing the show.
Right.
So I got so much hooting in the beginning on dot, and मेरा वो clip काटना पड़ा उसे show से.
Oh my God! Because how can a model get more hoots than a very famous, I'm assuming, celebrity?
So I usually get that so much of time. Even there's one show, अभी I think recently last year हुआ था, जिसमें मुझे डिजाइनर ने literally मना किया कि तू ये show मत कर.
क्योंकि आपको ज़्यादा attention मिलेगी.
हाँ, because ये celebrity थोड़ा insecure है.
Oh my God!
And I take it as a compliment.
You can take it as a compliment, but it can also pinch somewhere that most of the celebrities, people always talk about how they aren't professionally trained as models, but they're still going to get a different level of, appreciation for just walking the runway.
मेरा तो बहुत simple है. Models, celebrities आके models का काम छीन रहे हैं.
तो हम भी जाके
मुझे उनके
acting का काम छीनेंगे.
मुझे
Nice.
I want to deserve that character's roles. That's the plan.
So as you said, you started conducting yourself a certain way, all your clothes and with the style and the charisma on the runway, and then the duality of that and your character as ninja. So how did you delve into that aspect of your role? As you said, कि मेरे को मतलब ऐसे गंजी में आके rapper चांदनी चौक से. So what was the difference and how was it?
Because usually we wear these clothes in the shoots also.
Right.
But the thing is कि behaving that sort of character is the different thing.
Right.
And most of the
उनकी
time
तरह
you have
बोलना.
to, आपको उसकी तरह बोलना पड़ेगा, आपको वो मैनरिज्म करना पड़ेगा, आप गुस्सा कैसे होते हो, आप खाना कैसे खाते हो, आप टेंशन में ऐसी कौन सी एक्टिविटीज़ करते हो, और अगर आप किसी पे गुस्सा भी हो रहे हो तो ऐसा कौन सा बॉडी मसल है जो सबसे ज़्यादा है.
So did you take professional training for like the way you had to speak?
Yes.
Or? Okay.
I think अगर possible होता ही नहीं अगर मैं ये training नहीं लेता तो I was not able to build that character.
Right.
So these process actually helped me out. ये मेरा ही achievement नहीं है. There are a lot of people who working behind in that, and I'm actually want to thank to them a lot because of them ये होता ही नहीं. And so now the final product is here.
Yeah. What's a certain advice that you would like to give to younger people out there who want to just get into this zone and achieve their dreams? Where do you think they are struggling? What advice would you like to give them?
Firstly, it's okay to have a self-doubt because when you're having a self-doubt, या ऐसे कुछ doubt अगर आपके minds में आता है, become curious and finding out the solutions. Don't get there and then start thinking that okay, I'm not capable or not capable for this. There's only one life. I'm also a learner. I'm also trying new things. Never done acting in entire my life. Never done modeling. There was not a plan.
Right.
Never done this podcast before.
Right.
There was not a plan.
This podcast has also changed the game.
Yeah. So everything is happening first time. Put yourself first and then think how you're gonna survive it. Don't sit and thought. Because time जो है is very important. Because अगर आप वक्त की कदर नहीं करोगे तो वक्त आपकी कदर नहीं करेगा.
And as you spoke that don't make yourself believe that you're not too capable. How have you previously taken rejections for yourself? Did you ever reach a point in life where you were like, I can't sort of do this, maybe this is not meant for me?
I think thanks to my family background because I'm an army brat.
Right.
So it's actually always I put myself in do or die situation. So either you do it or you die.
Or you give up.
In the initial years when I was doing modeling, when I was trying for modeling, the industry was not accepting me. It was very difficult for them. I still remember when I was doing my first show, because of my skinny skin, and the designers actually altered the jacket 3 times, it was still loose. And I was like, yeah, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
And how I'm gonna survive it. But fortunately, being consistent, getting rejected.
Right.
So itna apne aap ko visible kar diya that few designers have taken the chance, like I want to give him a chance because he getting rejected, but he's still showing
up again and again.
And every time he's coming up with a new skill.
Right.
I didn't have the extraordinary thing, but I just checked myself. I'm not the handsome guy.
So how did you take that rejection? Did you tell yourself that I will just show up again and again, or did you also take it in a way that okay, maybe I need to start working out because these designers the clothes are too loose for me? How did you?
I actually I can't do anything with my body, but I'm saying like what most required thing is walk. I learn it because when I was doing it, to removing the shyness on the ramp to getting not shy, I was walking in a metro in a headphones and a park in a headphones. People are watching me, laughing on me, but that's how actually I remove.
So the world is always your runway. No, seriously though.
So that's actually I got this thing, and then for modeling, I think for walk, every shoes have a different walk style.
And you have your own sort of you discovered your aura when you walk and how you want to do it.
When you keep doing it, you find your own things.
Your own walk.
Yeah. So
even though everyone thinks all walks are the same.
Yeah. So I want to do something different because that's gonna make a difference.
Right. So as someone who's not from the film background and who's gotten this role very organically, Is nepotism something that angers you, or is it something that you have accepted?
Actually, I don't thought much about that because I'm an outsider. I won't say I'm an outsider, but like I think ये किसी का prospect नहीं हो सकता कि they can call me outsider or something. I'm a learner. जितना मुझसे हो सकता है I'll do it. But मुझे एक अच्छा opportunity मिलेगी जो शायद उन्हें ना मिले to learn a lot. जो मे बी मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग मुझे उसके लिए बहुत हार्ड वर्क करना पड़ेगा और उसका प्रोसेस है बहुत सीखना पड़ेगा
But it's
उस
all
चीज़
part
के
of the
बारे में
experience.
और वो मुझे खुद करना पड़ेगा so there is no someone else की जो मेरे लिए वो करेगा but the journey is going to be very interesting for me and I'm actually super excited for that कि बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं उस प्रोसेस में maybe what happened maybe शायद मैं उस लेवल को ना टच कर पाऊँ या कुछ ना कुछ छूट जाए लाइफ में
But you keep going.
So, but the thing is that learning process वो नहीं छोड़ना है मुझे and वो experience होगा जो कि I can share and I can maybe be happy and positive about it कि that you have faced that experience in your life.
And when you think it's all about the experience, that's when things actually start coming to you also. Is that something that you believe in automatically?
I believe कि like when you get too much comfort, there are people who's working for you all. So उसमें आप सीख नहीं पाते हो. Then you're depending on other people's.
Right,
When you're
right.
doing everything by yourself,
That hard work.
then you know the process. And actually the people, I think जो पुराने actors भी थे या पुराने
Yeah.
models भी थे, उन्होंने सब खुद किया है. So if they even hire people ना, तो they have a knowledge कि करना क्या है.
करना क्या है.
So they guide their teams because if they're hiring their teams, there must be a lot of people who are freshers.
Right.
So they know the process कि यार ऐसे कर ले.
और वो अपनी knowledge बांट भी रहे हैं फिर उन लोगों को.
So we are sharing it.
Sharing कर रहे हैं, exactly.
So that is the thing which I'm looking forward to happens in my life. जो उन लोगों को नहीं मिलती जो उस comfort zone में है. तो they don't know.
And
उसमें क्या होगा? आप पैनिक हो गए. And you may be getting short-tempered or impatient.
and that will reflect in your behavior towards other people and how you conduct yourself.
I believe कि जो जिस person को उस चीज़ का experience होता है या life के failures and success का experience होगा, he never gets shouted anyone. He always there with the solution.
So would you say you're always a very calm and composed person, irrespective of what's going on in your head?
Every day is going to be a lot of problems. I'm going to face a lot of problems. Believe before I leave my house, मुझे नहीं पता कि मुझे कितने problems आज face करने पड़ेंगे, but I tell myself before leaving the house. मेरी mom ने थोड़ा बोला कि जब भी निकलता है ना तो just pray to God to have a good day and give me a strength for solving all the problems.
I think that is beautiful because I can vouch for this. I have not seen Zander in like a negative mood, or I haven't seen you like ever shout at people, or I haven't seen you get angry. So even if you feel a certain way, you don't project that onto other people. So that's what
my
I've noticed.
thing is like there are a lot of people who's doing their hard works. I don't want to ruin that environment. I want to make that environment positive for me.
Nice.
So I'll be there with a lot of solution to make that things happens correctly. अगर maybe शायद we won't able to do excel in that, but कुछ तो हो.
कुछ तो आप किसी का भी मतलब दिन अगर थोड़ा better बनवा सकते हो अपना knowledge share करके.
Like in that scene, I would say कि I'm okay to say that maybe I'm selfish towards to my positivity.
Your positivity.
So I don't want कि like कोई भी मेरा positive
affects your energy.
energy relieve कर ले. So I always in that sort of reverse zone, your introvert zone, or maybe the neutral zone. Ki I don't overreact. Okay, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. And so today I'd say social media is a very important tool in establishing yourself as a certain personality. So what's your take on that?
I'm not too much fan of like social media. It's a good thing because it's giving a lot of opportunities to those people who ever wants to get fame. But at the same time, it's very difficult for me to understand what he's influencing.
Is your primary goal fame?
No.
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 What is it then?
It has to be some So I want to like remember myself that he tried his best to live. He tried his best to do something.
And learn through it all.
So it could be failure. Maybe he's the one of the biggest failure in the life, but because he, क्योंकि उसने अपनी life में इतने failures face किए हैं. So maybe in that perspective also I have no problem.
Right.
But is majorly is like to learn those sort of process and trying my best to survive in this life in my terms, because अपनी choice की ज़िंदगी जीना बहुत मुश्किल है.
So there's a lot of conversation about if you're a model, it's good for you to be in Delhi, and if you're an actor, it's good for you to be in Bombay. You know, there's that city difference. So what's your take on that?
I think I got this project when I was in Delhi. So I was flying from Delhi. So now I think because the digital era has changed a lot.
Right.
You don't have to be present in Bombay, but you need to create that sort of. You have to be around that with those circles. If you be consistent or in modeling also, because when we're doing modeling, we surround by the colleague models,
Right.
choreographers, designers. We go
Right.
for the events. That's how we get connected.
Exactly.
And even like for Bombay, if you want to do acting, you'll maybe get your projects and all, but you have to work in that industry. So you have to that connections.
Be
It's not
connected.
only because of for acting point of view, but you have to create that sort of environment,
Right.
and you have to be in that environment. So it's quite helpful for that.
So let's break this down and talk about access of opportunities and how to get into it, because that's information they would like to listen to. So let's start with acting first. I've heard that these acting workshops are very costly. You know, I've heard that there are these workshops in Bombay that almost cost you like $1 lakh for just a week. And if someone has the resources to invest into that, that's great. But how did you take any of these very like expensive workshops? Like, what was your
Not at all.
what was your
I choose the smart way because right now, because most of the if you heard about Mandi House
I haven't.
and National School of Dramas,
That I have.
so acting in Delhi में भी है, and most of the actors whoever is going, I tell everyone, if I'm having conversations with anyone, any actor or model, I tell everyone, so why are you going Bombay and spending a lot of money for acting? You can learn it in Delhi.
Right.
I haven't paid anything
How
for
much-
my acting skill.
I was just going to ask you, how much did you pay for your workshop?
I haven't paid anything.
It was free, of course.
Except my Uber cab fares.
Great.
Like,
Which we all models, actors, we all anyways do that, travel
yeah.
expenses.
So most of the
Wow.
the actors who did their acting trainings in Delhi,
Right.
वो वहाँ पे जाके theaters, they are participating in theaters and they're conducting the workshops and they are charging them. So be smart, I think.
Right, so that's great, because even for the people out there who have these dreams,
Delhi में बहुत सारी opportunity. If you go to Mandi House, इतने plays होते हैं वहाँ पे.
Right.
And if they find you that you are good in that acting, they definitely welcome you to like have you in their plays.
and if you want to focus more on your acting now that you've had your first project, would you be open to shifting to Bombay, or do you think you can manage if you're still in Delhi?
My family lives in Delhi, so I have to be here also because this is the place where I have started everything. But also like to be around in that industry, I have to travel also in Bombay for work point of view.
To be connected to that circle in Bombay.
Yeah, that's the thing which I've already planned it. I'm already doing it, and it's happening.
And you know, like these industries are so mixed up, and you know, people always say you need to also go for these parties and sort of talk to the designers and the people in the inner circle. So do you think it's very important for you to do that and be present in those situations, or it's fine if you don't do that?
Most of the most of the actors, not even in social medias, but they're still doing acting, and
And they're very good at their craft.
so yeah, most of the people have find their ways to keep themselves busy. Some people think okay, it's a very fair enough to going for the socializing and all, but मुझे समझ नहीं आता क्या बात करेंगे वहाँ पे. Because I'm also most of the time dealing the same thing. If people is not in their conscious mind, वो मेरी बातों को क्या seriously लेगा?
Yeah.
So it's I think then it's like all about your performance. Modeling में तो मैंने यही चीज़ किया था कि like I avoid socializing. Why? Because उस टाइम मुझे कुछ जानता भी नहीं था, and मुझे लगा कि शायद if I'm meeting the person in that sort of environment where he's not in his conscious zone, or
Then you
maybe
can't
he's
have a
wrong.
valuable conversation
So
with them.
maybe I'm giving the rights to him to getting exploited. So I thought, ki, like, let's do the other way. I'll
Right.
perform it, and now I these days you see me most of the time going out. Why? Because before I was no one, now I'm someone.
So you like your presence
So
to
people
be
knows my
shown.
boundaries.
Right.
People definitely will talk to me out of respect, and that actually I want it,
Right.
and it's happening. So maybe you can work what its rights for you. Just make sure that it's not harming you mentally, professionally, or emotionally.
And would you say that when you do make yourself present in these, like in clubs and going out and all of these events and stuff, would you say you think you're an unapproachable person because people are intimidated by you, or would you say that you like to indulge in conversations with everyone? And
I go in certain events where it's a proper event, something like that. There's something happen for purposely. I go there, but not for a while. I meet certain amount of peoples there who I know. I still gonna have a genuine conversation with them, and but I don't take parties so seriously. I don't think any creative is gonna
it's
like.
not as much
It's
related
not
to
a
the
creative
work you're
zone.
getting.
Yeah, it's not a creative zone at
So
all.
if people think that if they're making themselves seen in these situations, they'll get more work because of it, that's not something that's true.
Because I believe like most of the time like the person is there to enjoy themselves.
Right.
I don't want to talk maybe there are other person, like if I talk about you enjoy the music, you don't
I
want to
love
talk.
enjoying the music.
So if I interrupt you in the middle of your enjoyment, how are you going to react?
I love both. I also like enjoying the music and meaningful conversations. But it's not everyone that with whom I can
Yes.
have a meaningful
Yeah.
and valuable conversation.
So you're gonna have a conversation with only that important conversation only that with that person who
Someone
you
I can
know.
connect with. Someone I can
Who you
connect
know.
with. Yeah, someone
Okay,
I.
if I talk to that person, definitely I'm gonna have some meaningful conversation which is gonna work for me, or maybe sort out some confusion in my mind. Only that conversations.
Right. And we spoke about the model, the acting aspect of it. So now let's get into the modeling aspect of it. Workshops, investing your time and energy. How do you take yourself to the next level? If you've already started walking ramp shows these days, a lot of people are doing ramp these days. What would your advice be to people who want to step up from that, do more shoots, make themselves recognized as a face in the modeling industry?
I believe it ki modeling is a huge industry, and it's not about like only doing campaigns that okay you become a model, only doing runways. Try everything. Try everything that gonna improve you as a person, which is gonna help you in some ways for sure. And if something like it's all about like having a individuality. I've seen on you. I've worked on myself over that also. There are some couple of model also who I've seen that the individuality, but not everyone is doing that.
Right.
So if you want to consider yourself like there is only 1-2% who creates their own identity, or they
Identity.
create their own trends.
Trends.
Rest follow it.
Follow it.
So
Right.
it's all up to you if you want to be a trend changer or you want to be other side with the sheeps.
Let's talk about exploitation in the industries. Let's talk about what people who aren't as experienced need to know. What if a model is getting a show or a shoot, and you know they're offered that you do this free of cost, and what do you think they should do?
Firstly, they need to think. There must be a couple of brands who might be approach you, but they say like we have a really budget issues. No one's gonna kill you to saying no.
Right.
So firstly, ask them what is project is all about. What is the collections? What is your mood board? How are you thinking to do it? And then think. Take few hours, or maybe you can say, give me some time to get back to you. Think, is that project is going to be valuable for you? It's going to create something, which I did a lot. Maybe I have a couple of friends, I didn't charge for them. Because if I like the concept, I don't want to lose that opportunity.
Exactly.
And I want to create that sort of things for me. So, which actually helped me out to build my career in the
Your
modeling industry.
portfolio
Yeah,
in the
portfolio.
industry.
So, it's okay sometime to doing it, but it has to be meaningful. It's not like कि सबने बोल दिया और आपने कर लिया. It's like use your brain that is going to be valuable for you.
And at the same time, the opposite. Like if you're doing something for the experience, at the same time, if something is coming to you, but they're offering a lesser budget, also know your worth and not always just do things free of cost. Like, or do you think?
No, my motive is quite simple. I never ask people how much I'm going to charge. I hate when I'm saying I'll charge this much.
Right.
Because that
your
person's-
rate per se,
Yeah.
like that's a term you don't like.
So I don't like that sort of thing. I say whatever is comfortable for you,
For
but
you.
like so you can like pay me off. Otherwise, like if there is no budget, okay, it's all right. Not every time I have to do for money things like.
Right.
So sometimes you have to do it to get sort of respect also because you are there when no one is there, and you have to stand out that brand. And I've been that I think say. Lucky that to be a part of those brands who are doing massively good work these days.
Big names.
Yeah.
Right.
So we started with a scratch, and I was with them from the day one. And maybe I can share. We share that success together.
Right.
To helping out that brand, to putting that brand in that number one zone. Sometime that I'm not actually I don't like the concept about the industry because I'm the person who always flow into odds. I see in a different perspective. It's important to see in a different perspective. Why the model can't make the brand?
Right.
My perspective is कि like most of the time मैं सोचता हूँ कि मुझे सिर्फ मॉडलिंग नहीं करनी, मुझे इस ब्रांड को बिल्डअप करना है, मुझे इस ब्रांड को एक नंबर वन टॉप नॉच पे लेके जाना है. When I was doing my modeling, I was the face of the couple of brands.
Right.
As a brand ambassador, I was doing the show, I was opening the show, I was doing the shoots, which is happening now, but I was doing from that time.
And does it ever get complicated if you're the face of one brand? Is it like you can't be the face of another brand, or you can't? Or
no, I told them for a year. I actually created a sort of a time zone. Like for a year, I'll be the face for your brand. Next year, I'll be the face for everyone.
So you need to be very specific about your contracts and that information that you're sharing.
Yeah, you have to be very specific. I'm not getting it. Why the model are not doing that right now? I've done it that time, but still most of the people doesn't know about it.
They're following the herd instead of trying to be the face and be the face of a brand.
I didn't find anyone who's still working as a brand ambassador for any brand.
Right. How would you suggest that like the younger people and Gen Z essentially these days takes up modeling? What do you think is the difference between the way modeling worked 1 decade ago, because that's when you started, and today with the newcomers in the modeling industry?
So when we used to do modeling back then, I still remember my model friend, we used to discuss how much you charge for that commercial. 27 lakhs invoice he's sending to the brand. Like 35 lakhs. Manu got 19 lakhs. I got, when I was shooting for some commercial for some brand, I got like 21 lakhs invoice.
This is beyond me right now, because I'm so sorry. As someone who started out recently, these numbers are beyond me right now.
So those models used to charge that much.
Why do you think that's not happening these days?
Because back then there's only few people used to call themselves as a model.
Models.
Because there was a process. They used to go with the Glad Drags, Kingfisher, and Miss India, and then they actually groom model. They know how to speak, how to talk, how to create that sort of environment. These days, most of the younger boys, they do shows, but I didn't see any brand value in them. So that is the thing, and everyone wants to be a model these days. But
So back then there were few people. Now there are lots of sheep in the herd who want to.
Most of them I've seen it couple of years now, but I haven't seen any changes in them. Any something that this guy have actually changed something in his on his skills, or that girl or something like that. दिखा ही नहीं मुझे अभी तक.
And how do you think models in today's generation should establish themselves as an individual person with an identity, to be the face of a brand instead of just being someone who can follow the herd?
Learn. Accept the learning. Accept the learning because I think the personal, like I do homework when I was doing any shows.
Wow, homework? What's your homework like?
Like for this Lakme, I pointed out something. I made some goals. कि what I'm gonna do is Fashion Week में मैं अलग क्या करूँगा. I didn't walk as a model in the whole Fashion Week.
How come?
Because that's I decided.
I don't see a lot of models doing that.
I don't want to walk as a model. That actually I put it as a wish, my goal list. That what actually I want to do. I did a few notes for this Lakme that एक तो मुझे मॉडल की तरफ वॉक ही नहीं करना. Secondly, कुछ नए हेड रैम्प पोजेस इन्वेंट करने हैं.
सब सेम चीज कर रहे हैं मॉडलिंग में, पर आप अपना हेड
I have my own goals to do.
हेड रैम्प पोसेस. Nice.
So that's I'm learning. I'm still learning. I'm still learning, which मुझे नहीं पता कि क्यों यंगर जनरेशन ये क्यों नहीं कर रही है.
उनको सिर्फ, डू यू थिंक यंगर जनरेशन को सिर्फ मतलब सोशल मीडिया पे दिखना है और इसलिए वो अपने आप को एस्टैब्लिश नहीं कर रहे हैं?
रियल लाइफ और रियल लाइफ बहुत डिफरेंट है. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम मेरे पास ये होता है कि मैं बहुत सारे इन्फ्लुएंसर्स से मिलता हूँ, बहुत सारे मॉडल और इन्फ्लुएंसर्स से मिलता हूँ जो इंस्टाग्राम में वो मुझे दिखते हैं ना, रियल लाइफ में वो एक्चुअली होते ही नहीं है. आई सी लैक ऑफ नॉलेज मिसिंग.
राइट.
जितना कॉन्फिडेंस वो अपनी
इंस्टाग्राम रील्स पे दिखाते हैं, असली लाइफ में कुछ बात ही नहीं करते वो.
वो रायता फैलता है. सो आई वाज लाइक कि रियली इज दैट पर्सन इज लाइक ये एक्चुअली वही था
जो हमने सोशल मीडिया पे देखा है.
सो इससे मुझे कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट होता है कि डू आई रियली बिलीव दैट गाय. उस पे मैं भरोसा कैसे करूँ.
बट आजकल इंस्टाग्राम की वजह से ही सारे यंगर मॉडल्स जो अपने आप को एस्टैब्लिश कर रहे हैं उनको काम मिल रहा है, लेकिन क्योंकि वो इंस्टाग्राम पे अपने आप को एक पर्सनालिटी की तरह एस्टैब्लिश कर देते हैं. सो डू यू थिंक इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट टू ऑल्सो मेंटेन योर सेल्फ ऑन दैट सोशल मीडिया? आप
जो कर रहे हो आप रियल लाइफ में भी आपको वो होना चाहिए. इम्पोर्टेंट. अपने लिए कम, सोसाइटी के लिए ज़्यादा क्या कर रहे हो आप. माई मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन विद द इन्फ्लुएंसर्स कि आप एक सोसाइटी को हेल्दी बनाने के लिए ऐसे क्या इन्फ्लुएंस कर रहे हो. माई मोटिव इज डू योर वर्क, मेक मनी एज मच यू वांट इट, बट एक पॉजिटिव चेंज क्या ला रहे हो. इन्फ्लुएंस क्या कर रहे हो कि हाँ दिस इज समथिंग इज इम्पॉर्टेंट, कि मुझे भी हो कि यार मुझे ये सीखना है
कि मैंने ये डिफरेंट चीज़ की.
ये मुझे बहुत मुश्किल मिलता है सीख. मोस्ट ऑफ द यूट्यूबर्स आर डूइंग वेरी गुड. लाइक मैं यूजुअली उनके नाम नहीं ले सकता बट मैं उनके वीडियोस वगैरह देखता हूँ.
एंड यू लर्न समथिंग फ्रॉम इट.
समथिंग वेरी न्यू. बहुत सारी नॉलेज भी मिलती है मुझे.
नॉलेज, राइट. So you would say that if you can establish yourself as someone who can speak and share knowledge, you're at a better position than someone who does not do that. You believe that?
Yes.
So getting back to Khalbali Records, tell me everything. Tell me, how was the process and what did your schedule look like after you started getting into it?
My schedule was I have to do. I think I have to stop modeling for a while, and we were shooting almost 6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 months.
And
so for 6 to 8 months, anyone who came up to you saying, "Will you do the show?" You said no.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
unavailable.
I'm busy.
I'm busy.
And I faced a lot of consequences also. And a couple of people who I used to do modeling and my bookers, they literally called me and shouted on me, "Why are you not doing shows?
Yeah.
Why are you always saying no? You are such a good model, and don't leave the modeling now."
Why have you gone
and
invisible?
And then I have to tell them, okay, darling, I'm doing these things. Keep it secret. And most of people didn't know about it, but
and they were supportive about it.
Yes, they were excited about it, and in terms of what I'm gonna do, because they never saw me like
in that zone.
The other zone of me.
Yeah.
And the process was amazing. मुझे याद है कि मोस्ट ऑफ मेरा स्केड्यूल था रात को शाम को 7 बजे से सुबह के 7 बजे तक.
Oh my God.
और उसमें मुझे एक्टिंग भी करनी है और नींद भी बहुत आ रही है.
नींद पूरी करनी है.
So literally couple of I remember in the series when एक इमोशनल सीन था तो वो मुझे एक्ट करना था 4 o'clock AM.
Oh my God.
I didn't had my proper time because उसमें कुछ changes हो गए थे स्क्रिप्ट में. So As an actor, you have to learn that ability to adapt quickly. Because काफ़ी ऐसे डायरेक्टर्स हैं जो आपको मतलब ऐसे एक्टर आपने सुना होगा कि आपने इम्प्रोवाइज किया है कभी तो ये मेरे साथ भी हुआ है आई यूज टू बी लाइक कि हाँ मैं
कि ये तो स्क्रिप्ट में था ही नहीं, मैंने तो याद करके आई हूँ लाइंस।
तो मुझे ऑन द स्पॉट स्क्रिप्ट में ऑन द स्पॉट सेट में मिलता था कि दिस इज न्यू स्क्रिप्ट मैं लग गई सो बट आई अडेप्टेड इट बिकॉज it's helped me a lot to learn new things quickly.
Do you prefer things that are more scripted and you know what you have to do, or do you prefer कि चलो ये organically spontaneous एक shift है तो मैं अभी scene organically कर रहा हूँ naturally?
No, I go with what director wants. So it's very important to give yourself that in that way कि like I present myself as a water कि जो color डालना है I'll mix it up.
I'll just be the water and flow.
So as an actor के लिए ये चीज़ होना बहुत important है. Don't stuck in an ego कि यार मैं यही करूँगा. Maybe you're a perfectionist or maybe आपका style अलग है. But be available for any situation.
Open to any situation.
Yeah, open to any situations. जो मेरे साथ बहुत हुआ था.
4 बजे वो आपको जो रोना था कैसे किया था वो आपने?
क्या कर रहा था like literally there was like I can see myself in the mirror. मैं पानी like I'm washing my face.
Yeah.
Like, I am so sleepy, yaar.
And
how is that gonna happen?
Such an intense scene that you probably had to shoot.
That was the only intention I was doing it because I was confessing it, and I was like, ये कैसे होगा? So now when I watch the series, ना मुझे पता है कि behind the scenes हो क्या रहा था.
Right.
So I laugh. It's as an actor, we that's why I hardly watch most of the series because I know what is happening. I'm gonna laugh.
But you're not curious? You don't want to see how you looked on the screen? Have you seen the show?
I've done my thing. Now it's all about the audience who's gonna like it.
Right.
I've did whatever possibility I can perform in that situations and I came up with the final result. Now let the audience decide. I don't want to judge कि यार मैंने क्या किया या क्या नहीं किया. ये मेरे हाथ में है नहीं और मुझे समझ भी नहीं आता.
And then would you think you'd like overanalyze कि मैं ये scene better कर सकता था? Do you think that's a zone that you'd get into if you watch the show?
अब ये वक्त जो चला गया वो वापस तो आ नहीं सकता.
Change नहीं हो सकता.
चला गया. It's like a self doubt. And then उसके बाद वो मुझे चीज़ नहीं करनी. Maybe शायद I'll do it in some another character. But इसमें ये होता है ना कि most of the time when you portraying some scene क्या लाइन थी यार? I forgot यार. It's just really
it's fine.
Yeah. When I was like ये एक intense scene था जो मुझे perform करना था and where he's actually confessing it and and although at the same time when you're shooting that scene ना तो हर angle से shoot होता है.
Oh, got it. Like quite literally it's shot from like
from every
so
angle.
You don't know how it's going to look in the final product.
Yes. So I don't know what is the final product is going to be.
Gonna look like.
And now it's all up to the audience कि अगर उन्हें अच्छा लगता है तो I appreciate that. I'll do 100% for the next one also.
Right.
But
the modeling industry is so focused on your physical appearance and your looks, but in acting now it's shot from every angle. You don't know how it's going to look like in the end. So do you think about that too much? Because for a decade you've been used to how is my face looking, so did you think कि अरे ये मैं acting कर रहा हूँ but ये इस angle से कैसा दिखेगा और मेरी शक्ल कैसी, like do you delve into that zone?
उसमें actually that's one of the toughest thing because आपको same expression रखना पड़ता है उसमें. If you also if taking a shot from the back, if there is a emotional scene या hyper scene है तो आपकी कौन सी nerves reflect हो रही है angle के time में वो आपको reflect करनी पड़ेगी. If you are playing some character और ऐसा कोई character जो कि you have built yourself, ऐसे कोई मेथड कैरेक्टर है जिसको आप पोर्ट्रे कर रहे हो तो आपको वो सब चीज़ें दिखानी पड़ती है. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी पर्टिकुलर कि आप कौन सा एक्सप्रेशन पोर्ट्रे कर रहे हो जो आप वो कैरी ऑन कर सकते हो
उस सीन में, और फिर रीटेक्स भी होते हैं।
रीटेक्स तो
रीटेक्स कैसे होते हैं फिर, मतलब
रीटेक्स ये होते हैं जब हम लाइन भूल जाते हैं।
जैसे इसमें बहुत रीटेक्स भी हुए हैं।
हाँ बहुत सारे हुए हैं। मेरी रैपिंग जब व्हेन आई वाज परफॉर्मिंग, मेरा एक फर्स्ट शॉट था जिसमें आई एम डूइंग रैपिंग फर्स्ट टाइम, वो इसलिए रीटेक भी हुआ था क्योंकि वो थोड़ी स्क्रिप्ट चेंज हो गई थी गाने का, एंड आई वाज लाइक वो फ्लो नहीं आ रहा था, आई वाज नॉट एबल टू मैच द बीपीएम, इतने रीटेक्स हुए मेरे।
Retakes.
एंड
Tell us like a funny story or like any funny moments that you had throughout your journey with Ninja.
हमें याद है कि हम आई थिंक सारे एक्टर्स वहाँ पे एक इमोशनल सीन कर रहे थे। इट्स अ नाइट सीन, वी शूटिंग एट द मड।
Yeah.
तो रात के करीबन शायद 3 बज रहे थे, एंड हम एक कमिटमेंट ले रहे हैं और एक डिसीजन ले रहे हैं कि यार ये कुछ हमें करना है, एंड माई को एक्टर सेइंग समथिंग और हम प्रिटेंड कर रहे हैं कि यार वी आर मोटिवेटेड, वी आर इंस्पायर्ड, विल डू समथिंग फॉर दिस लेबल
Music.
या म्यूज़िक के लिए कुछ करेंगे हम। कॉन्वर्सेशन चल रही है, मैं सुन रहा हूँ, लिटरली मुझे खराटे की आवाज़ आ रही है वहाँ से।
कौन कराटे मार?
There was some guy, his helper. Actually, he was very tired, and because they have worked for 24 hours,
Right,
and
of
they are the
course.
one who's actually managing the
Managing the
whole
whole
setup.
thing.
So लग गई आग उसकी,
Of course.
and they were snoring.
But when you're in the middle of an intense.
एक चल रहा है कि पंग like ये तो करना, और खराटे की आवाज़ आ रही है।
So everyone burst out into laughter.
Literally like हैं?
उसके कितने retakes हुए होंगे उस shot
5-6
के?
हुए because वो
5-6.
he was sleeping like he was zoned out
And
or
deep
something
sleep
like
पे
that.
सो रहे थे
It was a
वो.
deep sleep.
Fair enough.
And literally my dad is saying ये कौन सो रहा है? And we were laughing. उसके बाद हमसे वो शॉट ही नहीं हो रहा क्योंकि we are laughing. And that was one of the funniest things happens with us. And कुछ ऐसे moments भी हैं जहाँ पे mostly हमें उस character को रहना पड़ा।
हाँ, ये मॉडलिंग और एक्टिंग में बहुत फर्क है। मतलब रैंप और एक्टिंग में, रैंप में तो कोई रीटेक होता नहीं है, मतलब आप एक ही चांस
It's a one take go thing. Ramp is like if you also know
Of
it.
course, yeah, this is what I do know.
It's a one take go.
Yeah.
And I have
Cameras
no
are on you,
problem to say
audience is
that कि
looking
most
you.
of the time celebrities भी नहीं कर पाते वो one take go. They usually get judged, but वो ये कि cover up हो जाता है because they are celebrities.
Right, 100%. And with the acting, with this whole retakes, like what was one shot that was very challenging for you कि मतलब retakes पे retakes and you were a bit like कि यार ये हो क्यों नहीं रहा है, मतलब was that a moment that you experienced?
Again that I say like मेरा जो first जो rapping का जो मुझे सुनाना था
BPM का जो था,
वो हो ही नहीं रहा मुझसे। And I was saying fumble, retake. But yeah, after that, actually उसी के बाद I've decided कि I'm gonna do practice. I used to lock myself in the bathroom, चिल्ला के गा रहा हूँ मैं bathroom में। उसके बाद I'm sleeping.
बाकी लोगों ने बोला कुछ कौन गा रहा है ये, मतलब
Literally hotels के neighbors ने they have complained कौन गा रहा है ये बिसरा। And literally apologize with them कि this is happening, and yeah, but that's a process.
Got it. And then when you do these retakes, how was the reaction of your team? Tell me about the people you've worked with, the friends you made. What was that like?
Actually इस वेब सीरीज में सबसे अच्छी बात ये थी और सबसे चैलेंजिंग बात भी ये थी कि इसमें रियल रैपर्स हैं।
Oh wow.
So I was and my character is who is actually
Supposed to be like the best.
is the main lead
Is the
in
best
the rappers,
rapper.
in the rappers.
Wow.
So
that's
that
ironic.
challenge is ki like ki I need to do better than that.
Then people who are actually experienced.
And like I have to stand out because इसमें
Yeah.
real rappers है. Literally my friend EPR when I saw him first time, so I didn't know much about him because मैं इतना hip hop rapping वगैरह I don't listen a lot. So I saw him the first take. He was rapping passively, and I thought he's an actor.
Wow.
And after when he finished his shot, I asked him, "तूने सांस कब लिया बीच में? Did you get enough time to breathe?" And then he said, "He's a rapper." I'm like, "Hello."
Now that makes sense.
मैंने
That makes sense.
hello मैंने क्या कर लिया ये?
Yeah.
Like करियर शुरू होने से पहले ही खत्म हो जाए लगता है। And then I was like, this is the challenge I have to face.
Yeah.
This is the like he's a very good friend. इसमें हैमर है, EPR है, आपका जो रियल रैपर्स है, प्रदीप है,
Yeah, of
Raja
course.
Kumari is in the first scene जो आती है.
Oh my God! Wow.
And अमित त्रिवेदी ने ये म्यूजिक दिया है.
Wow.
And Azadi Records.
Were you
इसमें
intimidated?
इनका-
Were you scared? Did you compare yourself?
No, I didn't compare myself to anyone. I'm just saying कि this is the challenge. You're like it's a मुझे एक properly एक mountain ही चढ़ना है.
Of course.
वो भी सीधा mountain.
Of course.
So
वो भी.
I have to walk as a like I have to do it as a rock climber. So I put myself in that tornado and
In
then
those
try to
shoes.
survive
Did
it.
they help you?
Yes, they are very supportive. I got a chance to share with Om Kapoor.
Wow.
And there are other actors also share with, like the screen I've shared with, which I used to watch them. I think Om Kapoor is a very established actor, and
Right.
he's a very popular actor in every genre. He did a lot of series, serials, and also movies. So I got a chance to work to share, and I think I consider myself lucky to get a chance to share with
Work with the
screen
team
yeah,
members.
the team members. Everyone is very supportive, and I think उससे share सीखने को ही मिला मुझे.
And when you work with so many people for such a long time, would you say it almost becomes like a family in the end because you guys have shared something so special
end of the
together?
day, we all are emotional because last day of the shoot, everyone's got emotional. I was also emotional because I was thinking कि यार क्यों बंद हो रहा है यार ये, like क्यों खत्म हो रहा है, and why is the last day? But that was a very emotional day for every
Everyone.
actor. Everyone in the room,
Yeah.
everyone's getting emotional and then thinking that this is the best moment that we had in life.
Wow.
And
Because you're modeling में you go somewhere, you have a meaningful conversation with someone, you do a show with someone for let's say 5-6 days, वो एक connect बन जाता है.
we were working for last 6 months.
6 months,
7
exactly. It's a
8
long
months.
time. It's a long time.
And it's a become a family. हम
Right.
same crew के साथ, same we are all the colleague models, actors. We are eating together. रातों को साथ में नहीं सो रहे. Like we are trying to entertain ourselves because we all are shooting in the night, and I've seen the Bombay in a different way.
Wow. So
In the
what was the
night.
main? Yeah, exactly. What were the main locations of the shoot?
We
did it
shot
require
in
traveling?
Chandni Chowk, Delhi में ज़्यादा हमने shoot किया है, Bombay में shoot किया है, कुछ ऐसे scenes भी हुए जो गोवा में हुए हैं. So we have almost explored everyone, and the special things about this series is इसमें हर एक rapper एक city से आया है. And they are representing
Interesting.
the culture. And one of the thing is my director is कि जो जहाँ से है उसको opposite character दिया है उसने.
Got it. To represent, हाँ, कि आप कोई और represent करो
Yeah.
किसी और को.
So even EPR, he's from Calcutta, but he was his character is South Indian, and I was like, wow, man, this is. I asked the director also, like, you are like for me, like you are the like putting people in a like tornado situation.
You're
or
making
something.
them
Yeah.
learn something
Yeah.
way
So
more.
it's a kind of different process, but it was very extraordinary. Like it's also important. I think आपको if you want to do something better in acting, it's very important to be around with that director.
Right. Putting you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah. He always pushed me up, helping me out all the most of the time, and it was a wonderful journey to like
Yeah.
being. I called him as a teacher always because he taught me a lot about acting.
Playing someone that you're not
Yeah.
is the real test and challenge.
In
right?
making me believe sometimes because I am an introvert guy, an
Right.
extrovert, and then there are certain dialogues that are coming, and I was like, "ये कैसे करूँगा
कैसे
मैं यार?"
बोलूँ?
In actually making me believe that character, in convincing me that this is you, and I was like, let's go.
So do you have to forget about who Zander is for 6 months and just be ninja for those 6 months when you're sleeping, eating, waking up?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm behaving that character.
Wow.
That's the best things about realism, because it's actually in realism that every day is gonna. You're the one who's living it.
Right.
You just change your character, become some character, and live the life in that way.
Right. And tell me more about ninja's lairs and what was something that you were like, you said that it was something out of your comfort zone. What's the similarity between Ninja and Zander? Are they similar?
I think this character actually raised by the single mother. I also got raised by a single mother.
Right.
I'm also like his father in the character in the movie series is actually from the army. My dad was also in the army.
Those are
So
two
I
major similarities.
find it more like I think I got the opportunity to live a life in a different way. And that is one of the exciting things which I found it. Ki yaar,
I can resonate with the character.
I didn't resonate with the character, but it's a like same situation, but a different lifestyle,
Different lifestyle.
different circumstances. But and I enjoy that process.
Right.
Okay, like I can live, like Xander can live a different life, different
Type of life through
type
ninja.
of life through ninja.
That's so personal and that's so sweet. This is so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, carry on.
Anything else?
So I think also in that process, I believe one of the exciting story is like when I started my modeling career, Reliance was there, and I still remember in so many lakhs of models, we only got two pool models, two pool male models.
Right.
And now when I'm doing my acting debut, again Reliance. Again Reliance.
Right. Tell me, as an actor and as a model, you have both a professional life and a personal life, right? So with your team, you're sharing your personal life with them as well. So how did your professional and personal life get integrated? Was it difficult? Was it a difficult process? Was it an easy process? Were you sharing your personal life with the people that you spent time with on set for these 6 months?
Most of my couple of like close friends knows about it, but I'm not actually talking about the characters and about the series because it's finds very rude that you're always talking about your work. So having friends and families, like I have a rule in the house actually.
Right.
So when I enter the house, whoever I am, supermodel, जो भी है,
Right.
actor, actually वो
भूल
बाहर
जाते हो।
वो बाहर छोड़ के आता हूँ, उस डोर के बाहर छोड़ के आता हूँ. So I present myself जो मैं अपनी मॉम के साथ day one
मॉम
से
के
था.
साथ हो, बिल्कुल.
So she can talk to me openly.
Also grounds you and humbles you a little bit. Or do you not?
Yeah, that is the reason. And I can be who I was, and can be for a longer time. So ऐसा ना लगे कि like I'm gonna have that misunderstanding situations में ऐसा खुद को डालना नहीं है मुझे. And I want to stay connected with my family. वो इसी वजह से होगा कि I can be the same person who I was before.
And you remember your roots because of it.
Yeah.
Got it. Was there any scene while shooting your show that it was like you cried, or like not necessarily on screen, but it was just very emotionally, you know, it took up a lot of emotional space. It was challenging.
The last day of the shoot, when I was doing my final take, then I got announced, okay, this is the final shot for day. And actually, I was crying in my vanity
Oh my God.
because I don't know, it's not only my dream to becoming an actor. Actually, that's my mother's dreams also, because I believe like we are humans.
Right.
We don't know how we came, like
100%.
how long we're gonna live,
Or how life works,
So
or how anything
I
works.
saw that way that okay, if I die, my existence because of the movies and things which I'm doing still
Exist. Wow.
So that's the whole
You're leaving your
motto
work
of our
behind.
lives, yeah. And like people should remember ki like
Tell me, what was your mother's reaction when you first told her?
she actually had a mixed reaction because it took me 2 days to watch a series with her because she was complaining about me. Why are you so rude? Why are you so rude with this? Because she used to watch Om Kapoor's serials that time.
Right.
She's saying, why are you rude with this guy? Kyun bola? And why are you always abusing people and all? And I used to convince her, रोक के pause करके, it's my character.
That's my character. It's not me, Mama. That's my
That's
sweet.
my character. I'm playing it. So for 2 days, like it's become an impossible thing for me. Like mission, like a kind of impossible thing to convince her कि पूरी web series देख लो.
देख लो.
And then one day I just opened the series and she said like, I want to watch it. And I got some work, so I tell her like, I'll leave. She watched it in one go.
She watched the whole thing in one go.
Yeah. So, but I think she still. We don't talk much about acting.
Right.
हम इतना बात करते नहीं है acting के बारे में. We just घर पे तो बहुत normal चीजें होती है, बहुत normal.
Got it.
She always behave with me जो मैं पहले था.
Is she very involved in your career? Like in terms of like, do you talk to her like this is the direction you should go in, or has she left it all up to you?
We discuss things that I share with her ki like what is happening, what is not happening in life, and I don't know, I'm trying this new thing but it's not working.
But it was the first project you landed, that's why there's something special about it,
I told
right?
my mother. I told she's the first one who
to
know about this, and she said like, I know you will do something good because I've seen you over the years.